Howdy doody, wonderful people. How are we all today? Hope everybody's okay. Um, look at all these people in here. Yeah, I must be expecting something. Oh, I don't know. Um, well, good evening and good morning and whatnot, depending on what part of the world you're in. And I'm going to say a quick hello to everybody here before I go on further. Who do I have on the list? Um, oh, AJ, g'day. How are you? You got the gold medal today, and Martine, how you doing? Oh, jeez, gotta love these updates. Levi, how you doing? Dave, Crooked River, how are you, buddy? Anthony's here in the background somewhere. Daryl, how are you doing? John, how are you? Nice to see you here. Jeff, nice to see you in here again. Steve, 87. How you doing there, champion? Hope you're doing okay as well. Richard, how are you, mate? I'll talk to you after the stream, okay? On Messenger. I had a mad, crazy week. G'day, Dwight. How you doing? Like country. How you doing? Hey, champ. Hope you're doing all okay. Dave, BNSF. How you doing there, champion? Nice to have you in here as well. I think and hello to all the others that are in the background there somewhere hiding. Trying to check out what I'm doing. Anyway, it's been a mad week. Hey, Grandpa Rouse, how are you, JD? Nice to see you here. When they say when things can't get any worse, well, don't believe it. It's all a load of BS. It can get worse. So it's been a nightmarish week, and I've still got one more week to go, and hopefully everything sorts itself out by the end of next week. So it's been a lot of fun and games. So anyway, a bit of... Hey, Kevin, how you doing there, buddy? Hope you're all right on the other side of the ditch there. Hope the weather's getting improving for you guys. It don't look too good, but yeah, hope you guys are doing okay. And I suppose these two are still arguing, debating the fact.
So that's
who the father
why
is.
they call him Artie Farty? And it's all the time? Really? Oh, shit. Sorry. Hi, Artie. How are you? Hey, everybody.
Don't believe anything. Oh, crap. Okay, Richard. Well, there goes that plan out the window, eh? Yeah, we'll have a chat later on anyway, mate. Ron Moen, how are you? Gary, nice to see you as well. Hope things are warming up there. Again, I'm in short sleeves, and I'm just about ready to put my budgie smugglers on. The weather's been getting that nice down here. For the Americans, budgie smugglers term or speedos, if you know what they are. Anyway, yeah, been an interesting week. Done a little bit on a layout, not much. Just tidying up in the back corner. I've only already done it last night. As I said, it's just been a hellish week. If it doesn't rain, it pours and it gets worse. Anyway, I've been playing around with the electronics and stuff on my layout, getting ready to expand or whatnot, see what I've got, and trying to find my block detectors and whatnot. And yeah, exactly, Kevin. Yeah, that's what it is. It's amazing what you can find after you made the order. of stuff that you cannot find and you think you used it all up. I've been looking for these micro LEDs, particularly when I was sending my orange engine to have fancy lights hooked up to it and decoder. And but while I was looking for the other NCE electronic bits, I found my packet of micro lights for my rent house. Isn't that amazing? And when I found that, I got the parcel arrive at the same time. So let's have a look what I got in the parcel, shall we? I'm not going to try to be on longer than an hour and a bit tonight. So I do have a lot of things I have to get done. So yeah, we'll not try to go for 4 hours today. So as you see, I've got some more. I'm going to work out which one's which. They're really. I won't get them out of the packet. They're let me enlarge it. They're extremely tiny. You can just see them down in here. They're extremely tiny little lights. I can't believe how much smaller they go now. I think I've got. Excuse me for a minute, guys. Sorry about that, people. That's just really upset my apple cart now. Anyway, so I think I got 1 or 2 packs of them. There's another lot of micro LEDs as well. I got these from China before they. Just the way things are going on. End up getting some more signals for me blocks to go around the system. They're very similar to the Atlas ones here. The stems are plastic here, I think. But I already got some on the layout and they work pretty fine, so I'm going to stick to them. And I just noticed something. In the last lot I got, I didn't get the you get the resistors with them. But now what they've done is they sold the resistors on it. No, that wasn't the issue, Martin. There was another issue going on. People don't understand what day of the week it is, and let's not go there. Then I've got some little dwarf signals for the yard. I'm going to get some more of these. I just want to see what they look like. I am going to put a couple of these on the layout to do my signal experimentation when the signal system ends up arriving from the US. It's another sorry saga. More micro LEDs. You see how they got those separate resistors. But look how tiny they're getting. Some of these are actually going to be going into the light, into the roundhouse, and got more yard lamps. So these are going to come in handy. Yes, they're thrown in back to the resistors as well. So that's the pack for all the electronic goodies. I thought I'd get what I needed for now to get me out of trouble, but I really was after these tiny ones too, but because I couldn't find the other lot, and here they are. Gotta love it, don't you? When you've got so many boxes all over the place. But yeah, they should be getting some more of these signals made up soon, so I'm gonna get a fair few more of them. I mean, for a pack of 3, I mean, it's not a bad price. I mean, for a pack of 3, that's $25 Australian. So when you look at how much the signals cost from Atlas and some of these other manufacturers, you're paying for $40 for one, $30 to $40 just for one, and $25, $29 for pack of 3. And of course, the more you buy, they bring the price down. I actually get them off eBay on of a crowd in China. They've been pretty good. I've been now shopping with them now for 2 years, even during the crazy restrictions and everything else, and the shipping has always been good. They throw it on the plane, gets emailed in, and I get it within a week. And that's not bad. Not bad. Say, yeah, a week. If I order it on a Monday, Tuesday, it's here by the Tuesday following week. So that's a good turnaround. And when you look at how much stuff comes out of that country, that's pretty good. You put your order in today, and it's dispatched by tonight. I'm not going to look for it there. I think I do have in one of my streams. Kevin, I will. G'day, Thomas.
Hey, Thomas.
Let me see if I can find that guy's link on eBay. Sorry, just excuse me for a minute. Oh, geez. This is working pretty good. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah. Let me just put up the link up here for you guys. Sorry, I forgot. I knew there was something I forgot. That's what happens when you get rudely interrupted. There you go. There's the link for those who want to come and chat. Let me oh, damn it. Okay, I'm having issues getting into my eBay account on this computer. Oh, another guy here.
Hello.
Hey, Richard,
Yeah.
how you been?
Oh, mate, better than a few days ago, I can tell you.
No.
Yeah.
Bourbon does you good. Kevin, I'll tell you what, later on after the show, I'll put that description on this stream from where I get these bits and pieces from in China. As I said, they're good, they're reliable. I have not had, I think I did have issue with something, and they just sent me out a complete new replacement. I think it was with the order or something, but the turnaround was quick and efficient. And look, I cannot fault them at the moment. And as I said, I've been dealing with them now for 2 years.
They look good too. They've already got the resistors and everything on it. That saves you a lot of mucking around.
Well, they are. The last lot that I got, okay, yeah, well, just send me through an email later, Kevin, and I'll send you the link to them. But I will put a link on here for everybody else. And I said, they've been reliable, and the last lot of signals that I've got, they didn't have the resistor soldered onto it, so it's going to save a lot of time. And I've already got them on. I've already used them on Randall's Run, and they're pretty good. I mean, couple of them, the light's a little bit dull on it, the green light, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Man, if it doesn't rain, it pours. Hello, Daryl. How are you, buddy?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, hey, Daryl, and Dave,
G'day,
Crooked
Randall.
River and Eastern, Grandpa Rails, Creepy, Jeff Throw Enthusiast, AJ, Lehigh River.
Yeah.
Hello, Anthony, Richard, Randall. Hello,
Hey, Mike.
Ryan. How you
Hey,
feeling,
Daryl.
buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all right, mate.
You feeling
Yeah.
okay, Artie?
Yeah.
Man,
All right. What's happening with you, Artie? You feeling a bit crook too, are you?
hang on. No, more personal issues than anything. I have had a few medical issues, but I mean, I have a lot of problems with this hand, but a lot of it's been personal, dealing with people in offices and departments and whatnot. And look, I'm not allowed to drive a car at the moment. I'm stuck at home.
Yeah. Well, I am too, mate. Yeah, it sucks. I can tell you.
Well, the worst thing is, like, we've had issues with internet here, and to get my extension for my medical that I need to get done, I haven't been able to send that out to the RMS to do the extension. RMS is our Department of Transport. And so what they've done is they said, oh, you got to email it to us. And I go, well, I can't email it to you because there's no internet. This is the dates. This is what's going to happen. I mean, I'm not going to mess around with it. Oh, no, we can't extend it unless you send us the email of confirmation. I got no internet. No internet. No cyberspace. No, nothing. We're back in the old system. Oh, we can't help you.
Pretty much, yeah.
And now I've got the permission. I can drive around the place, and I can't even go and pick up the car from the repair shop.
Yeah.
Oh, look, I went to the mechanical or me psych on Thursday, and I tell you what, she's really thrown the spanner of works. She's leaving, which is a shame. I did try to talk her into coming with me to Germany and Austria and Switzerland next year. Let's see what happens between there next week. But here we have another parcel. Another parcel of goodies. So I can start working soon, and this is where I'm getting choosed off United States Postal Service. Sorry, I'm having a rant again with them. This parcel was shipped out after the parcel from Atlas that I'm waiting on. And it got here before, but they both sat at New York for 2 weeks at the International Mail Exchange. So let's see. Oh, bloody peanuts. I'll have to ship them over. So what I end up getting, let me just dig through all this. I got another I've got another one of these newsstands to replace the yellow figure because the one that I have, her legs melted in the gravy walking across the street, so I had to get a replacement. So I worked out where I got it from. So I've got another one of them. Oh, geez, I picked it. Well, trying not to spill the peanuts everywhere. Oh, yep, that's failing. I've got myself another wooden kit. And look. And I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot of fun with this one. Get the screen up. Some of you guys probably already seen it. Every layout's got to have a place, don't they? So I did have one of these, but I don't know where he got to. So I decided I'll get another one while I can. I'll find a home for it on a layout somewhere. And of course, I've got a. Okay. Must have only ordered two. All right. And of course, I've just ordered another couple of these remote tool mat. So I can actually start working on I can start working on some part of the layout. I do need some more of these, so I'll work out how I'm gonna put in a shipping order through Trainworld in the United States. I know I'll pay a little bit more with them, but at least with their shipping, they'll throw it with UPS and FedEx, and I'll get it here within 8 days. So instead of sending it through the postal service, and the price out of New York is still reasonably good. Yeah. G'day, HO. G'day. It's Dave, isn't it? The HO Powertrain. How are you, mate? Welcome to the channel. We all going to be, well, we're trying not to go too nuts today, but that's not guaranteed. So, yeah, they're the goodies. The goodies that I've got coming from Atlas is their signaling system. It's basically pretty much a plug-and-play sort of a setup. And with those who've got little block detectors or whatnot, it works straight off that. So far as I'm looking at the instructions, it's a quite simple setup. You don't need JMRI to set it up. You don't need the automation program to work it. You just put it on and it works by itself to a degree. You have one or two signals operating manually, and that's what I want. I want just the option of simplicity without relying on too much on technology such as computers.
I'll second that, but yeah.
Because oh, bloody hell. Steak. Well, someone's got to wash his mouth out. And I wish I could have some steak. Got to go do some shopping. Anyway, I'm just looking at I'm looking at chat, and this guy here. I mean, how dare he? I mean,
I'm in pork chops, so.
I mean, I hope he's got enough to share around to everybody.
You might not want it by the time it got to you.
They wouldn't let it. They wouldn't let it pass the. They wouldn't let it pass the cameras. The customs will end up taking it for themselves and have a picnic up at the airport.
Besides, you're always bragging about it, Artie. Open your damn window, shoot a kangaroo, and grill it live. Come on.
I've got no kangaroos here. Richard on the other side. He's probably got more chance of getting a kangaroo than me.
Yeah, true. I live closer to the escarpment than you.
I might get some buck deer up the road here, but that's about it.
Deer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
dear.
Plumber, how you doing?
What's up?
Hey, Plumber.
What's up, Plumber?
I remember
Yeah,
the
from the
last-
looks of it, I wouldn't mess with the kangaroos. Ones that I've seen on TV, the ones I see, they're out there boxing people down.
Well, if you get poked enough, you'll start getting. If people start poking you around a bit, you'll get a bit anti and start boxing
That's
too.
okay. I'm gonna stay far away. Far away.
Hey, Artie. H.O. Power Train said that his daughter and wife would fight you for the state.
One thing I know about
Fight me
kangaroos.
for the steak.
That's what he said.
Well, look, I'll win hands down with her daughter and his wife. I've got something that butters them up all the time. We've got something here that's a magic cure that really gets girls.
And Artie Zero was never seen again.
Well, that happened too. Yeah.
Artie is someone that has an 11. As someone that has an 11-year-old niece, I will put all my money on H.O. Power Train's daughter.
Well, what we got over here, and Richard knows about it too, and it comes in a pack about this long in the biscuit aisle. It starts with T.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Most of the girls cannot resist them.
Made by Arnott's.
Yeah, I've got to get up there and get another fresh lot. The last lot I had mysteriously disappeared, and I didn't have any. And the two dogs. Well, I think the dogs.
H.O. Power Train just beat the poor boys down. I mean, dang.
Well, I think I will have to get the kangaroos out, and the kangaroo will beat the two dogs, especially the red.
Kangaroos are a dumb animal.
I wouldn't say that.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say that. They play dumb.
To all the kangaroos watching, that was not me that said that. That was Richard.
Yeah, well, with my experience, they jump in front of cars for no apparent reason, and I've hit a few.
I've hit countless kangaroos with the truck.
But they're on the side of the road. They see you coming, and they just jump in front of you.
Yeah, they're
I don't know what is.
They're there to test your brakes. And also they're there to test out the vehicles, the manufacturers, see how good the cars are, you know.
We'll put it this way. I had a Hilux four-wheel drive with an aluminium bull bar, spotlights, all the gear. I was out in the middle of nowhere, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, pitch black dark. Just driving along. I was probably doing 110 kilometers an hour. Next thing I know, this British jumped in front of me, bang. It went straight through my bull bar, straight through my radiator. My bonnet bent up like that, and his foot kicked straight through my windscreen.
Well, I've had him landed inside the cab of my truck.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
There was one time I had a big red that actually ended up coming in through my windscreen of the truck, and I just hit the anchors. I got out, and it literally destroyed the inside of the cab of the truck.
Yeah.
Eventually, I got the gun and put him out of his misery, but
What
the inside of the truck and everything else was a write-off. We actually had to get a prime mover to, what's his name, to get the load going. But yeah, they do a lot of damage. I don't know if you guys seen that chap from West Australia off the rails. Down in his area, down his region, that is a very bad spot for kangaroos. I remember one trip I went down there. I think I'd run over at least 40 of them in a spat of about 4 or 5 miles. They just kept on coming out. And it's like, I'm not going to hit the brakes. I'm sorry. You're dumb enough to jump out in front of me. Well, you're dumb enough to go and lose a tail or break a leg or become breakfast for the wildlife, which is birds half the time.
Yeah.
We all have our no, it's before his time, Gary. Skippy is way before his time.
Skippy the dead kangaroo.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Actually, no, it doesn't, Plumber. Kangaroos taste more like very lean beef. Hey, Mike, Trackside Mike, how are you? Kangaroo actually
Hey, Mike.
tastes very lean beef,
Hey, Mike.
and it's particularly if you cook it properly. And it's actually quite good. It's quite nice. Venison that we have around here. We try to get a couple of them down here, and I tell you what, when we shot them and whatnot, and try to butcher, I tell you what, it was let's put it this way, it was a bit on the nose.
Yeah, okay.
Even the dog turned around and said, "Nah, I'm not having this." Oh, come on, you got to have a bit of adventure, Dave. Come on.
Yeah, wild deer's a bit of a problem down here at the moment.
Hey?
Yeah, what do they call them? They're feral deers. They're a bit of a problem down here at the moment.
Yeah, well, huge problem. I tell
David.
you what.
We call them ferals because they're non-native, and they've just been let go and just run wild. So we call them.
Oh, they're doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
They are more brazen than the kangaroo.
And they are dumb.
And yes, they are dumb, but
Kangaroos, I don't know. Deer are stupid.
I mean, a run for their money.
Richard knows that. Look, the big mountain that we go up to, head towards Sydney. During the night, you won't see them during the day, but during the night, they come grazing on the grass right next to the freeway, and they won't budge. Thankfully, they'll just sit there and eat the grass. And as we're going up with the truck, nice and slow, with the big loads, they're sitting down there.
Hey, Trekside Mike.
No, that's. Oh no, I won't eat turtle. No, I'll pass on that.
No, on I-75 here in Ohio and Michigan, there's dead deer on the side of the highway everywhere. But I live in a very urban area here, and we've got deer that walk up and down our street.
Well, that's what's happening here. Like the place
And we
where I
have
moved to.
foxes and coyotes now.
Yeah.
Before I moved to where I am now, up in Victory, which is close to the hillside, I was coming home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Here's the deer walking down the street. So the big bushfires we had. The big bushfires we had, I think it was in 2002 or 3 or something like that. When was the big bushfires we had here in the Royal National Park, Richard? That was in the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
Been a few years now, but I was driving down the neighborhood road here, and right on the side of the road, a big male buck was just running down the side of the road in front of all these people's houses. And I started going real slow, and then out of the blue, just jumped right over the front hood of my car, man. Just
that'd scare the shit
land
out.
on the brakes. And I was just watching him the whole time because I knew sooner or later he would do it. And he just hey, watch this, Fred. I'm going to jump this car, freak this motherfucker out. And
we had a bit of a running joke going on because I was doing a lot working with a friend of mine. We were doing a lot of the fire trails up near Bundina and through the national park. If you guys looked at the Fun Day Friday 29, where you see the national park, and then we actually travel through it. And with the national parks and wildlife, there's a couple of chaps we've got good friends with.
hey, Rick.
And we were talking about the deer and how to get rid of it and cull it. Now, apparently, this bushfire started, and it was deliberately lit by some other kid. But g'day, wigwag, how are you? We had a running joke that since we couldn't use firearms in the national park, but we had to get rid of this deer somehow, that he actually set the fire on to get rid of it, and we just overdid it. He got away with us.
Hey, wigwag.
Just overdid it a bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah,
Just
we
a
did have a bit of a running joke on it. We had to put a funny side of it. Thankfully, not many people. Yeah, there was a lot of property that got damaged, but I lost him. But hey, what can we do? I mean, that's what happens. I mean, roos and camels. Oh, yeah, roos. Yeah, but hey, what can we do? So, yeah, so I'm still waiting on that next lot of. Well, I'm hoping it's going to land in Australia tonight because most of the freight flights come in on tonight. So
Yes, they
hopefully
are,
it lands.
Plumber. Yes, they are.
Yeah, they're not too bad if they're done right. Long as my mother's not cooking it, it'd be fine. My mum just makes it just too oily, and just all you get is oil in it.
We had a place in Upland, California. It was called the Buffalo Chip, and that's what they serve, buffalo meat. And of course, COVID took that business out because that's all they sold. That's what they were famous for. So no more
Yeah.
Buffalo Chip.
Yeah, that's right, Plumber. Everything is nice if it's prepared right. Prepared, everything's delicious. Like eel, the freshwater eel. Um, I remember my grandfather and one of the neighbours and whatnot down at Untitled railway station. There's a creek that flows up next to it. On the road that comes out towards my place there, Richard.
Oh yeah.
You know that little bridge there?
Yeah.
And I tell you what, the size of the eels were like this, round, nearly as round as my head. And my uncle, my grandfather, the neighbour, um, even one of the station masters, old Wally from the Indira station there was a station master signalman. Even he turned around and told him the best way to catch him. Now, when Mum cooked it, it was crap. But when my grandfather cooked it, he made it taste like chicken. No bones in it, no nothing, not fatty, but I tell you what, it was able to enjoy. But whenever I saw it on the table, I sort of thought, okay, who cooked it? Mum or granddad? Oh, it's a lot of oil. Mum's done it. Yeah. But you see, the other thing we were talking about, the things that came up with is, I don't know what best way to put this without offending anyone. When you're going back in American history, when you look at a lot of the coloured folks, the African Americans, or whatever you want to call them, and whatever way you want to put it without offending anyone, they were brilliant cooks. And I don't know why they want to remove their names and everything else and their identity of them. You have a look at them. They were one of the best cooks on the railways, in the dining cars. 9 times out of 10, you had one of them or two of them or a bunch of them cooking these wonderful meals. And even today, when I go over there, if I see one of them, go, "Oh, this food's going to be good," because they know how to cook.
But that is that. But that doesn't have to be.
15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 7:22 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 9 miles northeast of Somerville and 20 miles northeast of Mountain View, moving east at 15 miles per hour.
Sorry, my weather radio's going off. There's weather in there.
That's okay. I'm completely
Yeah, all right, mate.
free,
Sorry,
Randall. I'm nowhere near that area.
Expect damage through.
But that
should
is
be all right.
true of almost any ethnicity. Is poverty, and people who tend to grow up in poverty actually tend to be better cooks because they have to make it work. You know,
Exactly.
that's why so many American meals are based on immigrant meals, whether it's Italian or Mexican food or whatever. They were immigrants. They were marginalized in mainstream society.
Oh, yeah.
And number one, the only jobs they could get were servants and cooks. And two, they had to make their food work.
and they had to make it stretch as well. Because I looked at what my grandfather did, and even what my mum did in my younger days. Like, you're only using about 3-4, if you're lucky, 3-4 items, and make a big meal out of it that will last you 2-3 days. And yeah, it's quite delicious. Yeah, so I don't know which way I was going to start on this layout. I don't know whether I'll rip the roundhouse out this week and start doing the lights on that.
Got a bit of work ahead of you, Artie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
once I get the roundhouse done, you're going to have to put it up there, Gary, so we can all have a look and see how it turned out.
Yeah, Mike, that storm's actually about 40. The warning was for Shannon County, but it's we're kind of getting some of the outer fringes of it, some of the cloud covers, but it may start jacking with my signal here in a little bit. So if I disappear, you'll know what happened.
You're getting a blowjob.
No.
Mother Nature blowjob.
At least you don't have to ask for it.
Yeah.
I thought this was a
No,
joke.
you get it for free, but you pay for it afterwards.
Oh well, you always end up paying for it. One word. Hey, there's no, as one person said, there's no such thing as free. There's always some poor bastard's got to end up paying for it at the end. You're back again, Plumber. Jeez, that was quick.
Or
What
in
did
the
you
end.
do? You get a 4-2 and knock your son out. Yeah, that was quick. You're taking lessons, Rick, and how to put your son to bed.
I'm trying to psych myself up so that maybe sometime this week I'm going to start ripping up track over here and changing all those points out. The long ones, the ones that have been problematic ever since I put them in. Finally, just it all depends on my babysitting schedule.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's all like getting motivation to start, but once you start, you get going. The hardest part's starting.
Yeah, I really have to psych myself up for stuff like that because.
Yeah.
Well, I can pretty much start on the lighting now that I find my micro lights. It's not exactly how we want it, but it's going to have to do. And when I pull that out, I can put the steel cross member it's going to go across for the next level. And of course, most of my wiring and everything else is in this corner, so I can actually prepare to carry up the wiring up to the next level. Because I'm going to have two separate buses, one for the station area here, and secondly for the area that's going to be behind me here, because I'm going to have circuit breakers for each section. So if there's something goes wrong, a train comes off, it's only going to shut down that section. It's not going to shut down the whole layout.
You were saying that the other week when I was with you. Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah. Even though I got, you're back. Did you go somewhere? Here's another guy that's ended up having, well, he had salad. Now I've got plenty of salad here. I've got to fight the rabbit over that.
Needs a bit of slow progress for you anyway, Artie.
Okay, give us a look. Hang on, let me make you bigger. How's that coming along? Let's have a look.
That's the interior they carried and brought over the other week.
Wow, that's looking fantastic.
That's looking great. Yeah.
How did you the toilet block, the shitters there that you got there?
Oh, I just cut them off. I just cut them off and put them into space. They're only held in by blue tack at the moment, so I just know where to put everything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that's the guard one there. I don't know why the guards compartment's got a toilet in it, but yeah, and that's the other end. I've actually got the shell in primer at the moment, so.
Well, do you remember back in the days when they used to bring their with secret mistresses and girlfriends were riding the train?
Oh, memories. Yeah, I remember them days.
Well, you were too young back then anyway.
I wasn't too young to know what was going on.
Yeah, I was thinking about using, Dave. I was thinking about using bulbs. I was thinking about using bulbs, but yeah, that's going to come up good. We're going to have to get you some figures to put in there.
Yeah, I reckon so. Yeah. I'll just go get the shell and show you how it fits. I'll go get the shell so you can get a better idea of it.
Have you painted that up yet or not?
It's in primer. So I haven't
How did
painted
the diaphragm go on it?
Still working that out. Like I said, I've been pretty crook this week, so.
Yeah, nothing worse when you're getting crook.
Trackside Mike. I don't know how familiar. I know you've come to my channel a couple of times. I run what's called Miracle C Track, and when I built my table a few years ago, I used a turnout, a switch, a point, whatever people want to argue and fight about and call them. I used a what's called translate from German, it's the long narrow turnout. And a couple of people had told me that they could be problematic, that for whatever reason, the way they were built, they're long and narrow. However, they were built. So I'm going to be switching some of the track there because I got some track that was damaged when some workers did some work in my basement. And I'm going to replace them with Miracle standard turnouts. But it's going to change all my my track designs a bit. So that's what I'm switching. I'm just taking out these very bad points and putting in better ones. All right, let me see. Richard's got his stuff here. Let me see if I can put it.
Oh, what sort of points are you using, Randall? Anyway, yeah, that's the shell. Whoop. It's all, at least it's all one color at the moment, but yeah, I've had to put all the roof detail on and everything. I've had to, as you can see the smaller window at where am I going? Yeah, at this end. No.
Yeah.
Geez, I must be sick. Yeah, this end here. You see, you got two windows there. There's a small window there. So that's the toilet block on that end, right? And if I switch it around, where are we? Yeah, there. That's the toilet block in the gas compartment. So, trying to make it. Sorry if I'm not making much sense, but yeah, you'll once I get it all together, you'll see.
No, I think you're clear.
If I go like that, you sort of with me now. See where everything sort of fits.
You got a wall missing.
Yeah, I know, but you're not going to see it. I did think about that actually. Putting a wall in.
I will. I will.
Yeah. I knew you were going to get me on that. I knew you were. I suppose I could put a wall in.
You know who's going to get you on it? Eventually, down the club. Alex Brown will get you on it.
Well, that's good. I'm far out. Better
Really,
check your-
dog?
Okay.
That was my dog.
I was going to say, better check your undies. Might be able to follow through on that.
Hey, Dave.
Is your
Dave.
dog got a AFL right
I thought
buddy?
it was already. I thought it was already. It's his nickname.
No, sorry, guys. That was my dog.
Sounds like your dog. It sounds like your dog's got a short circuit. Yeah, Daryl. How you doing, Dave?
What's going on, guys? Hi, everybody in the chat. Hey, George. Merton, Plummer. We got here
Is it-
Randall, Richard, Anthony Dodge. How's it going?
Yeah,
Daryl,
Sorry, man.
what's going on, okay?
Hey, Dave.
So the way I'm going with my wiring is with the circuit breakers, even though I've got already the one in the transformer and whatnot, in the actual sections, I'm going to be using these car type fuses, but they're actually a circuit breaker where they got an actual trip in them. Take them out of the pack. And what I've done is I've got a unit, it's in one of the boxes at the moment. I've got a unit where I can actually divide the sections up, like what you have in your cars. And with this, it's got a trip in it. You see that button there? That trips it when you get a short circuit. So instead of worrying about whether you got fuses to keep playing or operating your layout, you just push the button and reset your circuit breaker.
Okay.
Okay, that's $4 or $5 for that.
where do you get them from?
JCar.
Oh, okay.
JCar Electronics. They're about They're about $5 Australian, which is roughly about $4 American, just under. Yeah, it is trippy.
Yeah. Sorry, so instead of replacing a fuse, you just reset the switch, basically.
Yeah, I know the fuses are cheap, but look, if something's seriously wrong and it keeps tripping out all the time, you're going to go through fuses like nothing on earth. But then again, it's always good to have some sort of protection, because here, well, everybody knows a lot of our trains are not cheap, especially here in Australia, and it works well. I've already got one on this layout. I've actually got two systems on this, the way it is now. $8 Canadian. No, like it works out roughly about the same. I mean, your Australian dollar is still weaker than the Canadian dollar too. So, but I mean, it's worth having. That's the best insurance. Look, our little mate down here, he found out the joys of how much it costs having a short on the layout. If you use, yeah, that's same as using the foil inside of a cigarette packet. It doesn't work.
Hey, James.
Hey, James, it doesn't work too
Hey,
well in
James.
the long run. It burns the wiring, and it actually burns out the cab of the truck.
I don't know. I don't know Toronto like that with cigarette foil over the fuses. I mean, what the bloody hell?
I did that. I did that one time with an
Oh,
old
the
truck.
old days.
I did that with an old truck, and I had to get out of this spot, and it was really bad because I knew it's going to be flooding. And the fuse kept on blowing, and I didn't have any spare ones. It was bucketing down rain, pitch black. The fuse kept on burning out for the wipers and the headlights. So all I had to do, what I did was get the cigarette foil and wrap it around and put it on to get me out of the floodplain. And by the time I got out of the floodplain, it was like had an open fireplace to keep myself warm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Nothing like the smell of burning wires.
Oh, yeah, and especially when the circuit breaker fuse doesn't work. And you smell it. What's going on here? That was one of the trucks where the wire for the fuel solenoid goes to the key ignition. Of course, that fuel solenoid went to the ignition. So when you turn the key off, the engine's supposed to stop. No, that wire burnt right through. And yeah, you couldn't turn off the engine, you had to stall it. But anyway, so now that I've got found my lights, I'm going to rip that turntable or the roundhouse out and modify it and start getting things ready. Basically, just finishing this bottom layer, and I can start concentrating on the next bit where I'm going to need a helping hand. And not too distant future, just put it up. I am not even going to ask what the hell he was doing in somebody else's shower. It just doesn't sound, just the way it looks, smelling flux yesterday. Somehow that just doesn't sound right.
Mm-hmm.
Why was the shower broken in the first place?
Hope you didn't get caught in there.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. The tiny little space here does get a bit cramped in there. That's what I'm saying. There must have been something a bit wild going on in there to bust the shower taps. So yeah, I thought I'd end up buying some more of those brackets for my tortoise motors. But what I want to do is I need to experiment with the size of my timber. Where did I put it? Here they are. No, what I want to do is, instead of having mounted underneath, I want to mount it up on top of the board. And I'm going to see if I can do it, because I want to try to reduce the space, the thickness of the timber, because I don't want it to go up too high from my side here. So I'm going to have to do a bit of experimenting. I won't be able to do it this week, the week after, or next weekend. I'm going to start doing a bit of experimenting, see how that's going to work. So I'm trying to reduce space. That's all part of planning, isn't it? You're very quiet, Anthony. You all right there, buddy? How was your week?
My week was just, we are still dealing. Joyce's brother was buried on Monday.
Oh, sorry, man.
And then he was cremated, so his interment was yesterday. So and Joyce went back to work Tuesday, which is weird because, after 36 odd years of doing this, my brain is still trying to adjust to the fact that I'm not going back. I still have, I've been waking up at 5 a.m. lately going, I got to get up. And then the brain goes, no, I don't.
So when you start making your own lunch, you're going out the door when you think, oh shit, where am I going?
A couple of us that retired, we had a joke and none of us wound up doing it. we were going to go into the first date's meeting because there's always a meeting first thing in the morning on the first day. And we were going to sit there. And then we were all like 5 minutes in, once the principal started speaking, we were all going to go, oh, shit, we don't have to be here, and run out at the same time. And they all chickened out, so I didn't go.
Oh, bloody hell. How you doing, Heath? Nice to see you here, bud. Yeah, that's sick. That sucks when that happens, when you got a good plan in place and everybody decides to chicken out. But it would have been funny.
It would have been. I would have liked it. But otherwise, it's I've been babysitting a lot. I've had my grandson over. And when I have my grandson over, nothing's getting done down here. There's a couple of things I really wanted to get started. But if he were a girlfriend, he'd be called high maintenance. I guess it's a blessing because he doesn't understand sit in front of the TV and watch for a couple hours. He wants to be doing something, and he does not want to be doing it alone. You come with him. I mean, you've talked to me already on video calls, and you've watched him walk up and just grab my hand. Time to leave, Opa. We're going now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, you're gonna have to stop.
That's probably a blessing.
Yeah, it is. But then again, you can start him on teaching. You can start teaching him about the tools and everything else. I mean,
the problem is, like so many kids at his age, when they're encouraged, he is a fast learner. He will watch you do something, and he's got it. He can turns on my central station and turns it off. He knows how to mess with even the little hand controller now. And the thing is, because he knows how, he wants to.
Yeah, and he's going to work it out, and it's pretty good. Sorry I missed your show on Thursday, Dave. I just could not stay up.
That's all right, man. I know it's really late for you.
Yeah, especially now since you changed your time zones. I mean time, but
It worked. It worked.
Yeah, but I just couldn't stay up. I was just so exhausted. That day was just.
Yeah, so my plan worked.
Good. It's all right.
You didn't get the joke.
Yeah, I've got the joke, but it's all right.
All right. As long as you got the joke.
I'll just drop the bottle on you.
Okay.
It's all right. Payback's going to be a bitch one day.
Everything's a bitch every day.
So what are you working on? You still working on your what are you dismantling there?
Just putting some sandpaper on the roof. Paint it up. Roof of that 7-Eleven building, convenience store.
Okay.
That works too, Heath. I was made to order.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
Heath.
Yeah. I mean, how old's Kyle now? Is what, 18 months?
He just turned 20 months today.
Oh, wow.
Although in some ways he's actually a month older than he should be. He was a preemie.
Yeah.
He was 5 weeks early.
Well, it won't be long until you can start pulling out the tools in front of him and he'll be coming out and giving you a helping hand.
He already, again, there's little things we're doing around the house, and hand me that, and he'll hand me the screwdriver or something like that. So yeah, he's getting his education. It's just considering his grandpa, his grandma, and his mom and his dad, he is a very fast learner, and he's an observer. I'm just waiting for him to start speaking English so I can understand what he's saying, because he clearly has definitive thoughts, and we have no idea what he's saying.
Okay, Trackside Mike. Nice having you, mate. You take care. I'm going to give it another 20 minutes, and I'm going to have to call it quits too.
Heath, in all honesty, at age 2, Yeah,
Yeah.
at age 2, then it's just he's 2, 3, 4. But
Yeah.
seriously, there are months up until the age of 2, and then you start counting years.
Your show went pretty well on Wednesday too, Daryl. Sorry I couldn't watch it right throughout the whole show, but your show went pretty well.
Yeah, I did. Thank you, Artie. Yeah, I went for about 2.5 hours, nothing but pretty much train talk. I carried the first hour and a half by myself, and it's kind of tough carrying a show by yourself and trying to keep up, just talking about trains because, but I finally had a few celebrities come on, and it did very, very well. Thank you.
I just couldn't make it up. I was getting phone calls left, right, and center. I had to make phone calls, and I had to go running around and whatnot. So,
yeah, no, my show's going to do very well on Wednesday nights.
Yeah, it's not right, is it? We just can't have that, can we, Heath? Live stream with train talk? Nah, what? Nah, we can't have
Right.
that.
I know, right? Yeah.
I mean, I think a Wacky weekend will be a good idea for my show now. So, because it never knows what's going to happen, eh?
Well, yeah, I saw that on your live stream page. I thought, cool.
Well,
What, you changing the name?
I might have to Wacky Weekend Gang or something like that. I don't know. Well, look at the way some of the streams have been happening lately. I mean, it's just I can't use Off the Rails because we already have Off the Rails as a username. But after last weekend, I think we all end up. I think a lot of us end up.
How about sidetracked?
Sidetrack? No, we can't use sidetrack. We already got sidetrack.
Yeah, there's a sidetrack. Just call it end of the line, Artie.
Hey, Rick.
Yeah, end of the line. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could just call it the end of the line, gang.
Yeah.
Well,
but,
yeah.
I said,
Or this line ends here. Because I see that in the UK and Germany. This line ends here.
Yeah. But I mean, we all need that. I mean, that's the best therapy out where we all can sit down and have a joke and no one takes offense to anything. If there's someone else, well, I'm sorry, but we're here to.
I'm really offended, all right? Just joking. Just joking.
Good stuff. I don't care.
Nah. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so nothing else has actually happened. As I said, I'm just waiting on that box. I'm sweating on that box to come, and then excuse me, I'm working on how to simplify the connections and everything else as well with the BD20s and using the signaling system and that. To reduce space where I put all the components in. And if something goes wrong, instead of climbing all underneath the layout, I just go to one central point. So I'm working on that at the moment. I just want to do a plug and play system. There was someone, I can't remember who was here, that said I should go to a different point motor when it comes to tortoise motors. I think it was Steve. Was it you, Steve, or was it someone else? But I want to stick to the one brands because that way I can buy spares and keep it on the side. And if something goes wrong, I have a replacement for it. I don't have to go, well, I can't get this brand because they're no longer here. I mean, Segatron, I mean, they've been around for a long time. So if I just stick to the tortoise motors, if one tortoise motor fails, I'll have another spare one. All I've got to do is just replace it and put it straight in. Eventually, that's the same thing as with my Dakotas too. Just want to keep to the same brand, and then I'll just everything's plug played and ready to go. Hey, back again, AJ. You had to go and do some chores again. Yeah. So, yeah, nothing else to be reported at this week apart from finishing off the far end of the engine block. Yeah, diesel shed. I'm just doing all the last bit of concrete the fake concrete laying in there, just finishing that off there. So that part there is most of the scenery is all done. And now just a roundhouse. Once the roundhouse is done, I'll tidy it up and pretty much done. It's particularly when I've got the new lighting towers up for here. This section is finished, but then behind me, once the signal gets come in, I'm going to experiment, and then that bit behind me, it's all going to get pulled aside and coming up. Yeah.
Hey, Artie. I asked
Yeah.
earlier, I don't know, maybe I missed it. I was kind of in and out. Do you have a link to those signals you bought, or where did you get them through? Maybe you could put a link up.
I did try to get it, but for some reason it wouldn't accept my password. So what I'm going to do is I will put it on that link on the chat afterwards on here.
Okay. You might
as I
already
said,
said that and I missed it because like I said, we were in and out of the car. We were going all day, so I was a little late.
Nice one.
So,
I'll put that link from where I get that stuff from on here. They also do figures. They do these micro lights. They didn't have. I was actually looking at doing inside the engine shed. I was thinking about going along with these, which I'll put on my conning tower. I don't do this now. What's going on here?
Oh, shit.
Don't mess up on me now. These little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
These little.
Little goose light.
I was thinking about using these, but they're out of stock of them at the moment. They're getting made up, and then I'm thinking,
I think the more magnet ones are more modern. They're too old.
Well,
modern.
when they're inside the shed, if I put these inside the shed, you wouldn't know. They're basically just to go inside the shed.
Yeah.
And you won't see them. So what I'm going to do, what I decided to do is with the, I don't know if anyone's done these Walther's roundhouses, they got that wooden frame on the inside. And what I'm going to do is those micro lights are pretty much similar to these. I don't want it too bright. I don't want the roundhouse to be as bright as the diesel shed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those micro lights inside. My internet's messing up again. I'm going to put it up along the barriers.
There it goes again.
And that will give just enough light to light it. Just to give it enough light, not to over brighten, but enough to give it light to see what's inside the roundhouse, because you're still going to have lights in the pit. So, and it was a cheaper option. I mean, those LEDs cost me, I think that's $50 in a pack, cost me $10.
That's not bad.
So, no. And they're pretty good. They've even got figures there, which like the seed figures, which, for example, like on Richard's project, they'll come in handy for that. I mean, you can just put it written.
Yeah, I've been having a look at LED strips and stuff. But yeah, that's after I paint it and everything. Anyway, I still got a fair bit of work to do on it yet.
Well, I'm seriously thinking about getting another few more packs after in the next couple of weeks. I've got to just sort this other issue out here. As long as things don't go.
What sort of
Yeah,
is it a warm light or is it a bright light LED?
you can get both.
Yeah.
I got both. I got warm white. I got white, and I also got that warm one. I got both, but I'm going to get a whole heap more packs of them because I want to put them in the cars because they don't
I
generate.
reckon the warm light will look good in the cars. The warm light.
In that one that you're doing, yeah, it would.
Yeah. Well, then again, these had fluoros in them. Oh no, yeah, I don't know. That's grey area. Anyway, it looked good with warm light LEDs in it.
Yeah, most of them did have. I mean, that becomes more of an area specific. I mean, I think towards the end of their life, they end up having fluoros in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go back.
I think that's who they are. Yeah. Yes, Anthony.
No, I was just gonna say we could go back and look at Heath's question about projects. Now, Heath, when you say a list, are you talking like we sat down and made a numbered list or jotted down like this? I mean, I think anybody in the model trains has a list of projects, and whether you have a timetable you're going to do it. I don't have a written down list, but I know things I need to do. I've got turnouts I'm going to replace and some tracks realign because of that over here. I've got a follow car system to rebuild and redesign, but there's always something. And then someday I will 3D print the Delmenhorst City Hall and Tower once I can find a good graphic to work from. And there's always a list. I think everybody has one depending on how far along you are, but lists are like anything. They're subject to change at a moment's notice.
Yeah, I don't have a written down list. I just know I have a lot to do.
Yeah, I just kind of
I'll go.
Decided just sit down and just start working on something, and that's about as far as it goes.
Yeah, I keep starting I have projects in here, and I keep starting new projects.
So he says specifically a written down list. Heath was saying, does anybody have specifically a written down list? And so
I don't.
like most of us are no.
Not really.
He does.
It's pretty random.
Yeah, I do not.
If I see something I want, then I'll just do it.
Yeah, the only thing I did model railroad wise today was just to give this guy a shakedown run. So,
nice.
Nice.
It ran pretty good, but it's a little stiff. I may have to get this guy took apart and do a little cleaning and lubing on this thing. It acted like it was running a little stiff. So,
what manufacturer is that?
Athearn ready to roll.
All right.
This is the old
nice looking
ready to roll engine. So, because it still has the incandescent bulbs and everything. So,
is that the AC 4400?
Anyway,
Randall, is that the AC 4400?
It's a
I
-9.
end up having problems.
Heritage 1-9.
Yeah. I had a lot of troubles with one of mine when I bought one, C6. One, the engine was stiff, but then I also had problems with the bogies. Every time I end up hitting a couple of portions of the track, it used to derail.
I
thought it was my track.
I actually had a UP AC 4400 that I bought a long time ago, and it actually had a bad set of axles under the front of it. When it would go around the corner, it would actually lift the front axle up off the tracks and it'd derail. So at the time, I couldn't order just the axles for it. I was just going to rebuild the original truck on it, and I couldn't get the axles for it at the time, so I just wound up just ordering a whole new truck and putting the original side frames back on it. So
I had to replace the motor in mine as
runs.
well. Yeah, I just put the link up there for you guys. I managed to get it out. That's the link from where I get my electrics and some of my bits and pieces from in China. As I said, the dispatching is super fast. The stuff that doesn't get put on the ship, it gets put. It's all airmail. So for me, I'll get it within a week. So, yeah. Okay, question for us. How many people get frustrated at the progress of their layout too slow? Definitely. I'm very frustrated at the moment. I should have been way past the state that I'm at the moment, but a couple of waiting games and a couple of Spanish weeks.
I guess if I was to answer Creepy's question personally, my layout's basically, it is what it is because it's dictated by the amount of space I have, which is basically very little. So I'm basically relegated to a 4x8 table with a couple loops of track. So essentially that's how my layout functions, which is fine. I mean, it runs good. I don't have many problems out of it. So I'm relatively happy with it.
Well, in my experience, I'm building a layout for my brother. Well, you might as well say it's a family layout, but it's up in my brother's house. And what frustrates me is that my brother's got no idea how to build a layout, no idea about wiring. And when something goes wrong, I've always got to fix it. And it just annoys me. It's the same with his trains and his locos and everything. I mean, I've always got to fix it. And I try and teach him how to fix it, and he just doesn't want to know. And I said, well, what am I doing it for? You know, that frustrates
That's
me.
but you guys have been like you and your brother have been like that as long as I can remember. Since you guys were the grasshopper.
But now we're older. Yeah, but it's not only that too. He gets all these mates that have got all these toy trains and that. Oh, my brother will fix them. I was like, no, I won't. You know, I've got my own stuff to fix.
I guess there is a downside, and I think Daryl and I talked about this on his stream. The engine I just showed you a little bit ago, it's pretty much relegated to the outer loop because of the 22-inch curves. These big 6-axle engines do not like my inner loop very much. I can run them, but it's not pretty to watch. So on the 18s, so they seem like the 22s a lot better, greater radius curves.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go no less than 20-inch. That's going to be borderline, but I want to try to keep a constant 22 if I can. That's why instead of having 4 foot wide, it's going to be 4.5 foot wide. So I can put a bigger radius. My only other thing I've got to work on at the moment, I've got to do is got to get to it. It's like I'm at the final stages of trying to set the plant in some sort of concrete. The way the plan's going to work is I want to work out the grades, and I have one set here.
Hey, Closer Branch, just want to say hi.
Richard would know. It's a 2-car DMU, the diesel motor unit, the Endeavour set.
Oh yeah.
Now, I would like to run that on the layout, and it is very temperamental on the grade, and I've got to work out what percentage it will actually come to a point where it will just stall out, just lose traction. Because I want it to run on the whole layout so I can throw it in with some of the modern, sort of the modern era type of Australian trains. It's a nice train. But if it's going to be too low of a grade to run on, then it's just going to be stuck in one level, and that's where it's staying. So, because I want to try to get close to 3% grade just to get that climb in a short distance, because I've only got an 8 to play with, and our line here in the Yindera to Moswell line, it's 3.6%. So I want to get it close to that mark, or a little bit tad below it, about 3 to 3.5%. And that way I can get a decent climb going up the top. It won't matter with some of the passenger trains, or not so much the passenger trains, but the freight trains. It makes fun operation, because all I've got to do is put a banking engine on the back and push the train up the hill, which I did on that my old layout. If you've seen that Fun Day Friday I just put on, I know it was a little bit late this week, but that was made up. And some of the freight trains, I had to put another engine behind it to push it up the grade. And that's part of the fun of having the operations. Was it steep? Maybe a tad. But the train shouldn't be so heavy either. Yeah, g'day, Closet Brand Show. How you doing? Yeah, so now we're going up to an hour and a half. I am going to call it quits from here, guys. Sorry, it's not going to be a long stream, and we'll probably able to chuck it that much as what we had last week. Probably make up for it next week. So I'd like to thank everybody for coming in again to the live stream and having a chat, and all you guys that have popped in and say hello. And we'll catch all you guys sometime next week, eh?
All right,
Thank you, Artie.
Okay, I'll drop a couple of you guys down in the basement. I'll work it out later. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you guys a bit later. Bye for now.
Bye,
All right,
everybody.
Bye,
Have a
Artie.
good.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, guys.
Take care.
Good night.
all.